Hello, all you beautiful fantasy and betting people. Happy Monday, October the 18th. I hope you're feeling as great as I am today because I feel great. And that's the way you should feel. Some people probably got a case of the Mondays, and I had a case of the Mondays yesterday, or last week, I should say. But that's not the case right now. And it's pretty fun to be able to go back and look back at a good weekend. It's fun to review a good weekend after you've kind of gone through it and it's over and you get to enjoy it, right? I found a lot of times in life, it's the anticipation of something is for lack of better, like it's more demoralizing on the mind than something actually going through, right? Like that Cowboy game saved me it helped me quite a bit, right? And but the anticipation and the not knowing and all that is so much worse. It's like kind of like when you're about to, I don't know if you guys got spankings, but I did, but knowing that you're about to get a spanking at the end of the night and thinking about it is so much worse than the actual spanking, right? So with that in mind, after this game tomorrow, going to a public school, right? We had 6-week report cards, and you had, I don't know how many of them they have, but with the NFL going to an 18-week schedule, we now have 6-week report cards. And I know some kids that they knew they were about to get in trouble, and they would run home and go get the mail before their parents would, buying them about an extra week before they would get in trouble. I never really had to worry about that. My grades were fine in school. It was easy. It was fun. And it was able to anticipate that and know that I had met the expectations that were needed of me or expected of me. And that brings some kind of security, right? We know that that's going to be an okay thing now. But tomorrow we will have a 6-week report card. And I felt like going back in Twitter and just like blasting some people, but there's no need in that. We'll just take a look at where so far I've been right, I've been wrong, where the general media and thoughts on the public are, like as far as teams that are doing good, teams that are not doing good that people thought would be doing good, teams that are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. The Bears are who we thought they were. Justin Fields not ready. You can tell by looking at that game. But we'll go over the 6-week report card, and we'll take a look at it from a fantasy and a betting perspective tomorrow. All right, let's take a look real quick at some of these scores. Oh, how about that Jag game, man? Dolphins, Jag. I don't care what you say. If it's a good game and it's good football, it's worth watching. And that game was totally worth watching. I got up early for that game. I had several people I know, I should say, that were at that game. Shout out to Greg. Shout out to Phil and the crew out there. That's both Phils, actually. I was about to say just one. Both Phils were there. Sorry, single L that the Dolphins took an L for you, but that's how it goes sometimes, man. The Vikings and the Panthers had a heck of a game in overtime. Vikings come through again. These last second wins for the Vikings, they just keep doing it. They were on the wrong end of them, if you remember at the beginning of the year, and now they're kind of on the right end of them, and that's or the correct end of them, I should say. And that's good for them. They're keeping the NFC North a bit competitive. The Ravens at the Chargers. I text Big Amo before these games kind of started, and I was like, man, I wish the Ravens were underdogs because I think they're going to destroy them. And that was just not the sentiment. If you are on Twitter or on social media, you heard a lot of people just saying, oh, LA's got the best quarterback, MVP. They can't be stopped. They came back from behind. The Browns looked very pedestrian, and the Chargers came back maybe against a pedestrian team. But the Ravens aren't to be messed with. I know there's a lot of shade against Lamar, and people don't like Lamar, and they want him to be bad. But the truth is, he's just not. He's not a bad quarterback. He's actually a really good quarterback, and that's going to be a scary team in the playoffs. If the Ravens keep this up, because they kind of went through the trial and tribulations early in the season with emotional games, last-second wins. They just blew out a team that many people had as the best team in the AFC. Think about that. The Ravens, man, they're 100% real. Lamar's an MVP quarterback. He had his number retired for Louisville. That was pretty exciting to watch. It was to watch him thinking that he was just going to go in for an interview and then see him get emotional, like by being shown his former teammates and coaches and so forth. That was pretty cool. So congratulations to you, Lamar. Rams at Giants, the survivor pick of the week. The Rams just crushed them. blew right through that game. It started out a little bit of doubt, and then the Rams just finally found that gear, and they were able just to get right by it. Colts, the other survivor pick of the week, we kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. Carson Wentz looks good, guys. I went and snagged him before the game last week against the Ravens. I activated T.Y. Hilton from the IR. Watch out for the Colts, man. Like I said, they pushed the Ravens to a really close game, and the Ravens just blew out the Chargers. I think the Colts have a chance to be better than the Chargers for real. People laugh at me when I said that. Chiefs, late comeback, second half dominance on the Chiefs over Washington in a desperation must win. I almost went and took them on my big money parlay this week, and I was like, man, I'm so glad I didn't. Sean Taylor, I watched Football Life before that. You guys know that I love narratives and I love stories, but the truth is that story carried Washington to a good first half. And then the football part of it took over, and the Chiefs, the emotions ran out after the first half, and the Chiefs were able to play good football. They shut down Heineke. Give props to that defense. They shut down Washington football team. Packers at Bears. I own you. This is to the bookies. I own you. I've always owned you. I still own you. I loved it. I love when Aaron Rodgers shows emotion, and people love to hate on him, man. I think I got a personality that is very similar to Aaron Rodgers in a lot of ways. Might be a little more witty than I am now that I'm not in the higher education realm. But 24-14, man, what's there not to love about Green Bay just dominating the Chicago Bears and Mr. Rodgers' neighborhood? Ran for a touchdown. That's one thing that's really underrated from Rodgers' game is he's even at 35 or 36. It's not that old. I'm that old. I can still get out there and sprint if I had to. You let me see a bear in my backyard and find out if I can still get in there. You saw what Aaron Rodgers did to those bears, huh? I can run away from a bear too. Ain't nothing to it, baby. But Aaron Rodgers he's a stud, man. Green Bay looks good. All you people that were just so ready. I've been hearing it from 2 years from particularly a few of my friends that are just so ready for the Packers empire to crumble because they're, Cowboys fans or 49ers fans. And it's just the sustained greatness of basically this whole century, the Packers have been pretty good. So it's been fun to watch. It's been a century-long beatdown by Aaron Rodgers of the Bears, and nothing changed there. Bengals at Lions, talk about a beatdown. The poor Lions. Dan Campbell wasn't remorseful in his post-game speech this time, was he? He said Jared Goff's got to play better. They got to get touchdowns. They got to figure out how they're going to generate touchdowns down there, and they don't have great pass-catching wide receivers. I mean, Khalif Raymond is, Cephas was that guy, and he went hurt. It kind of made you realize the importance of Cephas really quick. But Khalif Raymond's just your small slot guy, and there's the ABs of the world are few and far that can do that and have a true safety draped all over his back and flex his way into the end zone. Those are few and far between. Cardinals and Browns, a game I felt really great about. Then started letting media and stuff put doubt in me. And I was like, why are the Cardinals on plus in this game? They have a way better offense. They're not going to be able to keep pace with that offense. Lo and behold, it's the defense that dominated the Cleveland Browns. I think it just goes to show Baker Mayfield is nothing. If he doesn't have a wide receiver that can get great separation like Landry, that's what Landry does. If he doesn't have Chubb back there to just constantly bring the linemen up and keep them closer in the box and utilize play action, Baker Mayfield is not a good enough quarterback to carry teams. Point blank and simple. There's quarterbacks that can do what's expected of them when they have the talent around them, and then there's QBs that make whoever else is around them excel. And Baker Mayfield is one of the former, not the latter. He cannot make a team excel around him. He needs all the pieces around him to excel. Cowboys and Patriots, put my heart through some stress, pacing around. Had a big bet on that game. It was a save me bet. I had to have it. And lo and behold, the Cowboys, I didn't understand why the bookies had this line so tight. I really didn't. I mean, and if you watch the whole game, which I did, the Cowboys got inside the 5-yard line and got stalled out twice. Those 2 field goals alone make a big deal. They had bad secondary coverage. That's the truth about Diggs. People that only pay attention to stats are only going to see the interceptions. He gets burned a lot. He gives up a lot of yards, and it almost cost him. So it's a high risk, high reward kind of Diggs is, and he believes in himself. So there's nothing wrong with that. He has all the potential to make big plays, but the Cowboys pull this one out. And Mac Jones, man, he's the real deal. I think Mac Jones is the real deal. I think once they get a few more pieces around him, maybe just a little bit better of an offensive line, That's going to be a good Patriots team again, sooner rather than later. Raiders at Broncos. The Raiders 34-24. The score wasn't really that close. The Broncos got a lot of those touchdowns in garbage time. The Raiders came out and used that momentum. Big Almo and I talked about that. We didn't know how this game would go. Looks like the Raiders came out and played great defense and were able to generate enough points to get wins. Henry Ruggs. Really, the Raiders, what I've noticed about the Raiders is when they win, they get really lucky on these third down passes. Carr will throw these bombs on third down, and they will get it. I think Edwards caught 2, Ruggs caught 2, and it really saved them. That's the difference in that game. Third down is such a significant down in the NFL, and some teams have trouble on getting off the field on third down from a defensive perspective, and some teams are really great about sustaining drives on third downs. And if you're a defense that can't get off the field on third down, the Broncos had multiple times. I don't have that stat in front of me, but they had multiple third downs where they allowed big chunk plays. And that's the story of that game. Steelers and Seahawks, I can't comment. I went to bed at halftime. I was like, well, this is just Steelers are going to shut them down. Lo and behold, the game goes to overtime. I have TJ Watt. I think he had 2 points at halftime. I wake up and he's got 30 points. I'm like, what happened here? And it ended up being a heck of a game. I'm going to definitely go back and watch that one for the film perspective anyway. But I was like, man, what a game. Went to overtime. Seahawks, Steelers. I wish I would have stayed up, but I was gassed after that Cowboy game and having a baby. That woke me up at 4 o'clock yesterday. Today at 6:15 Mountain Time, that's 8:15 for you East Coasters. We got Bills at Titans. That's going to be a heck of a game, man. Heck of a game. Let's talk about Big Almo's journey, man. Big Almo put it on. We have our first journey into the like the sound of the report card. Chiefs not meeting expectations, my friend, not meeting expectations. But we do have Big Almo's journey, man. Our first Monday journey. We hit 2 weeks ago. We were off last week. This week we're back on. We were sweating it. There was some close games we were sweating on the journey. But lo and behold, here we are. We just need Josh Allen to be Josh Allen. Step it up. There were good odds. Let me pull it up real quick so I can remind you guys of everything that went on with it. Let's see here. I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, the Chiefs, I don't think they're gonna at least, they're not in the A category, my friend. They might be B's, B minus, possibly. We'll have to see about that. The 6-week report card will be fun. But the journey, man, remember, log on Fridays. If you just listen to one betting show, we have Friday with Big Almo. We cover all kinds of bets. I'm wanting to start right now with the journey because it's still active, man. How fun. We went all the way around. Sometimes this takes a minute to pop up. Let's see here. Come on, Barstool. Don't let me down. There it is. Hang tight. We're updating your experience for your current location. Why does it always not know where I am? Sorry about this live. Here we go. So for the journey, we had Green Bay Packers. We had Cincinnati Bengals. This is all money line. And then we had Dallas. Sweating it out, that negative 167. I guess we found out why that line was so tight. And then tonight, we just need the Bills to win. That comes in at plus 393, my friends. Plus 393 for the journey. We got our alien. He's about to make a landing. We just need the Bills to do this. And let's see what the bookies have to say about this game. Well, the bookies have it at a 6.5-point spread for the Bills. 53 points on the over-under. We have negative 290 for the Bills, plus 230 for the Titans. The Titans have no defense. Landry's trying to do some things. Kevin Beard is trying to do some things back there in the secondary. Once you get away from those two guys, though, it's Josh Allen. Take your pick. He's going to be back there throwing those frozen ropes with the football, 40 yards downfield, no arc, hitting Dawson Knox, hitting Emmanuel Sanders, hitting Diggs, hitting Gabriel Davis, hitting Cole Beasley. You see where I'm going with this? There's just too many options out there for him to not be able to find somebody that's open and exploited a mismatch. We're expecting big things from Josh Allen. Let's go down. Let's look at some QB props while we're here. Josh Allen's line's 292.5 yards. Oh my gosh, that's just passing. Incredible. Ryan Tannehill, 236.5. Interceptions, we'll just stay away from that one. Completions, Josh Allen, 25.5. Ryan Tannehill, 21.5. That's probably right around. Tannehill could have more if there's a lot of garbage time. I'm not sure on Julio Jones' status. I'm pretty sure him and Brown are both active. Does that mean that they're 100%? I don't know about that. Let's go with Big Almost one of his favorite players. Derrick Henry's line's at 97.5. It always feels like it's too low. Will Derrick Henry get 100 yards? I would think so. The only way is like maybe if they go down 24-0 and it's not even halftime, we may not see too much of Derrick Henry. Receiving yards, Zach Moss 42, Devin Singletary only 24.5 yards now for rushing. That might be a good angle. Negative 115 on that line. Receiving yards, Emmanuel Sanders 54.5, Stephon Diggs 84.5. Devin Singletary 8.5, Fisker 24.5. There's a couple good ones right there for us. Rushing plus receiving, Henry 114, Singletary 35.5, man. You guys know I like that. Zach Moss has been getting more plays, hence why his line's at 58.5 for the rushing plus receiving. But Singletary's been playing good. He's been getting snaps, and that's just one big play. If he gets 120-something odd rush or receiving reception, then you just needed 10 more yards. We'll go back and visit that. That could be something I'm very interested in. Weekly special, Josh Allen over 309.5 passing yards. Derrick Henry over 104 rushing yards. I don't like that. That's at 275. Let's look at my favorite prop. Defensive backs, tackles plus assists. They do not have many on the line. Not many out there at all. Long Jr., 7.5. Jordan Poyer, 5.5 at negative 130 on the over. Kevin Beard, 6.5 plus 110. Matt Milano, he's in the game. Matt Milano's in the game, 6.5. If he's not hurt, he's going to see a lot of Derrick Henry. Matt Milano is their run-stuffing linebacker. That could be our angle. I'm putting it in the bet slip right now. 6.5 on the over. That's on the over, guys. I also like Kevin Beard, 6.5, but his is at plus 110. If he stays back there in the secondary, if he's covering the slot receiver, which could be Beasley, which could be Sanders, if he's covering them, and if he's covering Dawson Knox, and there's a lot of completion to those two, Beard, that's BYARD, plays for Tennessee safety, the only remaining holdover from their secondary last year. He's good. 6.5 tackles, man. It just depends on the game script, but I do feel good about Matt Milano. 6.5. It's at negative 120. Bookies are telling you it should happen. It's a slight one. It's pretty much evens. I believe that breaks down to 5-4 for fraction betting. Let's go look at touchdown score real quick while we're here. Touchdown score, Derrick Henry, anytime, negative 215. Let me go before we go any further to score 2 touchdowns. This is one of Big Almost's favorite bets. Let's see. Where are you at, Henry? Did they not put you on here? Scallywags. I do not see Derrick. Oh, there he is. They hit him in the middle. He's right over here with Jake Camaro and Jeremy McNichols. Nice try, guys. Derrick Henry plus 260 on 2 touchdowns. It hit last week. Big Almo told you about it last week. It might be worth the look. I'm always scared of 2 touchdowns personally, but if there's ever one to do it, it's Derrick Henry. Let's see. Anytime touchdown, Emmanuel Sanders plus 150. Zach Moss plus 120. Dawson Knox is just on it. He's having the Roberts Hunyan year of tight ends. Plus 140 for his. Julio Jones plus 175 down there if you want a big base. That's not a bad red zone target monster. He has thrown to Julio Jones multiple times inside the end zone. That might be worth a look. I'm not going to go much deeper than that. Fisker plus 360 if you think the tight end can get one. Cole Beasley hasn't been getting any looks. So I pretty much just like Derrick Henry and Julio Jones for any time, but Derrick Henry's at negative 215, so it may not be worth it. Let's see if we can let's build the same game real quick with you guys. We did hit on the London same game parlay. That was awesome to hit on that. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Josh Allen, very sneaky play. Titans averaging a touchdown to a running back a game. Moss touchdown anyone. Let's go back and look at that one, Big Almo. Let's see. Oh, well, I'm in the same game parlay now. Hold on one second. I do like Singletary too, but Moss is at plus 120 for anytime touchdown. Titans have allowed a touchdown every game so far this week. Good pickup, Big Almo, on that. Let's see here. We're going to take a look back for a same game parlay. I do want to say that the same game parlay did hit. Also, our beloved mouse hit. It's always fun when that hits. It's the money line, either over or under. In this case, under for the mouse. And then the spread hit. So it was a good plus even. I'd like to tease them. We keep it safe. It's fun when it hits. It's over even odds. So it was nice and fun. We got the mouse for you. We may have another one coming up this week. Let's get back to the same game parlay right here real quick. So we're just going to take – I'm just going to take Buffalo to win. All right? It's one bet I like doing. I expect both of these teams to just pour it on. The minimum line is 43.5. We might as well take it. So 43.5 points plus Buffalo to win. That puts us at negative 130. That's a little worse than 5-4 odds. So let's go see what else we got. Let's see what happens if we put Derrick Henry. Well, man, I really liked Matt Milano. Can I do it? They won't let me put IDP props on here with it. That's not very nice of you guys. Let's go to rushing receiving props. AJ Brown 44, Emmanuel Sanders 39.5. Man, he has really liked Emmanuel Sanders. I'm feeling good about it. There's always somebody that can be catching the ball over there, but I feel good about Emmanuel Sanders taking advantage. That puts us at plus 145 right now. Should we add a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown score and just risk it, or should we play something safe? Right now, I feel pretty safe with this 3-leg. We got Buffalo on the money line over 43.5 points. Emmanuel Sanders over 39.5 receiving yards. What's not to like about that one, huh? And then touchdown score, anytime touchdown score. God, let's see what Zach Moss does to this bet. Ooh, puts it up to 350. Mercy. What does Derrick Henry do? Derrick Henry puts it up to 265. That's not bad odds. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown score. Emmanuel Sanders over 39.5 points. Or over 39.5 receiving yards, over 43.5 combined total points. Buffalo Bills on the money line, plus 265. Hey, that's pretty good odds. I like it. Can you do both teams scoring a rushing touchdown? Like as just a prop bet? Let's take a look. I'm going to add that to the bet slip. Let's see. Game props. There you go. Big Amos might be under there. First to score. First to 10, field goal props, longest touchdown, field goals made, both teams to score, winning margin. I don't see it so far. Safety recorded, first team to score in money line. Ooh, that's a risky bet. I'll stay away from those. Let's see. Game lines? No, it's not going to be underneath game lines. And I can't combine unless I do a same game parlay. We could put a touchdown parlay together on a same game parlay. Let's do that real quick, Bogamo. Let's see if it'll let us. I think it will. Taking a minute to load here, out here in the Rocky Mountains. So anytime touchdown score, Derrick Henry, Zach Moss. That's at 230. If we add one more to that, who else do we think is most likely to score a touchdown? Dawson Knox has been on a roll, but tight ends don't get that many looks. That's kind of scary. Josh Allen? Should we put Josh Allen on the mix? That's also scary too. 650. Man, have mercy. Have mercy. What if we take Zach Moss off? Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, 235. Where is the other touchdown coming from? Let's say Julio Jones. Well, we think Buffalo has a better chance to score more times than Tennessee, right? Ooh, Emmanuel Sanders, Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, anytime touchdown, plus 800. Mercy. That is scary good. That's for 3 touchdowns to happen by 3 different people. Josh Allen would have to score one running on his feet, though. That's risky. That's not too bad, though. Yeah, those Cowboys. Tyler, how about them Cowboys? I needed that win in the worst way. You have no idea how bad I needed that win. We're talking 4 digits was one off that win, man. I needed that so bad. But, yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be a close game against the Patriots, my friend. I was not expecting that. I thought Dallas, Big Almo and I, it's on the journey. And I had it on my bet, so Big Almo and I were both thinking the same thing. The charity bet is still on because we took the spread for the Cowboys, which was 3.5. Luckily, they got that touchdown in overtime. Saved the charity bet as well. So that one's been rolling. That's been trying to tell you guys, just a good week of betting. I am happy about those Cowboys, though. 5-1. Dak looks like a leader. He looks like somebody that's not going to let his team lose. The Cowboys should have put that one away soon. But Tyler, don't forget, we do have the 6-week report card coming tomorrow. And Cowboys, I think they're going to be pretty high. They're going to be in an A for me because let's just be honest. I think the Cowboys, a lot of people thought they might do good, but there was also, it was all about other teams in the NFC. I don't think that people were 100% sold on the fact that the Cowboys were going to be good or as good as they are. I picked them to win the division, baby, but you know me. I'm going. I like quarterbacks and I like good defenses, and I think Dan Quinn is an excellent, excellent defensive coordinator. Very underrated. Very underrated. All right, let's take a look back at just some of the bets, and then we'll kind of get out of here. Buda Baker, that one hit. I told you the same game parlay. Jacksonville plus 10, under 56.5. Each team to score over 13.5. That one hit. We had the same game parlay for Tampa Bay and Philadelphia, under 62.5 points, and Singleton to have over 8.5 points. That one hit. Let's take a look at also, we have like the journey. I told you it's still on. The charity bet, if Buffalo covers the spread tonight, the charity bet hits as well. Shout out to Kawasaki's disease. We really like that one. Jordan Brooks hit his tackle mark before halftime. He's an absolute stud. I've been following him since Texas Tech out in the Panhandle. Shout out again to you, Tyler. And Jeremy Chin hit. Reed did not hit his bet, but 2 out of 3 on the IDP props. You got to love it. Let's see what else. We got the Mouse, Indianapolis money line, under 59.5 points, Miami, Jacksonville. Dallas to cover a 2.5-point spread. That was not bad at all. We also had we had that tease parlay. That one didn't work out to our favor. That's okay, though. We had Lenny Fournette, 96.5. And Big Amo and I have discovered another thing. As long as we do not bet on Jonathan Taylor, he is going to go off. We were just so dead set on him in the first of the year. He had a bad couple of weeks. We took the last couple of weeks off of him from a betting perspective. I have used him for DFS. And, man, he's just knocked it out of the park. So I feel like we should get credit for that one as well. But you know how that goes. Maybe not. Let me take a look. Just a couple more bets that I didn't tell you guys about that hit. Of course, we were on with the Cowboys. We're really rooting this Bills cover the spread line real quick for us. And then I also did a couple more. I had to pull up on my books. Najee Harris, they gave us the first touchdown. Prop back, $20 money back. If you didn't hit, I put it on Najee. I feel like always try to go with running backs in those situations, guys. Well, not always. Most of the time you should go with running backs in those situations because you could get a penalty. You could get really close down to the 1-yard line. What are they going to do? I would say that at least 80% of the time, the first down, first and goal on the 1-yard line, they're going to try to run it in. And lo and behold, that's what happened here. Jordan Brooks hit like we talked about. Jerome Baker hit like we talked about. I did post this bet. It doesn't really apply so much for the podcast. I did put it on my Instagram, Texas State to cover to score more than 20.5 points. They did. So that was good. All good fun, man. All good fun. It's been a lot of good betting this week. Hop on it. Let me review again. I do feel good about Devin Singletary. I do feel good about Matt Milano. Those are my 2 prop bets. You just want one single bet. I feel good about Devin Singletary getting over the rushing plus receiving line. Let me go back and get that for you again so I don't tell you a lie. Devin Singletary, 35.5. All we need is one big play, and then that's covered. Same game parlay. I'm giving you 2 options real quick. Buffalo Bills on the money line, over 43.5 points for the whole game. Emmanuel Sanders, over 39.5. Receiving yards, Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. That's at plus 265. You feel like you're real bold, having a good Monday. We got Derrick Henry. This is an anytime touchdown parlay. Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, Emmanuel Sanders. Those are risky. You need 3 touchdowns. Like I told you, you're lucky if a game has about 6. And you're going to pick out half of those that do it. But, hey, man, it's betting for a reason. Let's keep it fun. A little fun here. Yeah, I always take that Cowboys when I feel the same way about the Packers. I don't care how we got there, baby. We just got to get there, right? All right, guys, I'm having a lot of fun. The Charity League, I've been getting way more active on the teams on there. You guys have the chart to see how you're doing, getting the game of the weeks, trying to talk more on that. If you guys want to follow my betting, you want to make fun of the bets I got wrong, be like, can't believe you did that. You're such an idiot. Go check out Iggy's fantasyandbetting.com. I post all of our bets that we tell you guys to vote every week. Then we have the waiver wire. We have the player pine. We have Big Almost Journey. We also have a gambling blog sometimes. It's just a lot of good information. Most stuff we keep on there. The longest reads about 7-8 minutes. Nothing you couldn't read while you're on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? But, go check it out. Give us some reviews, like a button. If you're watching this, subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, thank you. If you're on Twitter, thank you guys. Go subscribe to the YouTube. Go subscribe to the Patreon as well. If you're in a sports betting place where it's legal, we cover it up to it's only $20 a month for the betting patron. If we don't hit 2 bets, if we don't get you those bets back, as long as you're betting at least $10 units, If we don't win you $20 for the month, I'll pay for the next month for you. You're not going to find that deal anywhere else. So let's go do it. Let's build a community. Let's win some money together. Let's cheer on our favorite teams because A, football is fun. B, betting's fun. It can be not so fun when you lose so much. But C, let's keep in mind football is very, very short, man. For this to be one of the most exciting sports, it's not like soccer. It's not like hockey. It's not like baseball. They can't really play. It's not like NASCAR. You don't get just like 1 or 2 months off and you get to go back to it. They gave us an extra week. I'm really thankful for that. But all we get is 18 weeks and a few weeks in the playoffs. So let's enjoy football. Let's have fun. Let's talk football. Let's root on our favorite teams. And let's win some money while we're watching, huh? That don't sound too bad. All right, guys. You guys take care. I'll holler at you later. Peace.